I visit a lot of museums, and maybe the best part, sometimes the best part, is the shop. I like to buy some small stuff like magnets or postcards or tiny sketchbooks like this one. You know, I'm picky about sketchbooks, so I don't like lined ones, I like blank paper, and you don't have much, but you always have this kind of small, cute sketchbook that is impossible to use for painting because the paper is so thin, but you can do a lot of things inside. Let me show you that. It's a very basic sketchbook. It's white paper, it's almost like copy paper. It's very thin. It's really not something I would usually use for my sketchbooks, but I wanted to have this tiny size in my handbag because this way I'm sure it's always in there, and I wanted to go minimal. So for this I went out with just this sketchbook and a liner. This is this one, for example, the Oh Hoo Hoo, or you can get any other brand you like. You have this one also, the Stedtler, and you have many different sizes and brands. I like to use something like a 0.4 or 0.2, very thin for making small lines. And what's good with this size and just a pen is that you can go straight forward. You don't have to get anything outside of you, and you don't need any room. You can just fold it in two, hold it in your hand and draw what you see. This sketchbook is only made with thumbnails. It was just a challenge I did to myself, and I said, okay, let's fill that with just pen and make thumbnails. So I'm drawing people while I'm on the train. This one is between two seats, so it's pretty weird. And this was a half an hour I spent in a park, and parks are overwhelming because you have so many trees, grass and elements everywhere. But when you just draw little snippets, just a bench, just a trunk, just a bird, and you have an overall composition that is pretty cool. Drawing people live is always a challenge. Same here, people waiting in the station, they are sitting still for a while, and most of them are on their phone, so they pretty much don't move. And this is my son's apartment, and same, the idea was to get just a bit of this, a bit of that, a little jug in ceramic, a little clock, some bottles. Yeah, and when you look at that, you can feel the vibe. This one is my daughter's apartment, and you can see the vibe is pretty different. So you can tell when I have time to do something, it's when I have a lot of lines compared to this one. I took my time as well, but when I draw live, it's people are moving like here, and you just have time to catch the main shapes compared to when I'm sitting in the coach and looking at everything around me. I have time to draw the cat with the head down. Pretty cool. And this is a museum, and same, museums can be overwhelming. I take a lot of photos, of course, but it's not the same as making just little thumbnails. And regarding the size of the thumbnails, sometimes I do them first and I fill them, or sometimes I just make one, fill it, choose the second subject, so make the accurate size I want, fill it, etc. And you see here, I decided first that I wanted a large one, but then I cut it in two, but that's fine, I leave it as it is, it's just a sketchbook. But it gives interesting composition with 3 tall characters, and it's really a mix of everything I saw in the museum. These are specifically cars, which are pretty difficult to draw for me. Yeah, not my best page. And it was a sunny day in my garden. I wanted you to have fun with the watercolor because it's not as easy as it seems to draw. Another museum. Love him. This one is good. Yeah, this one is beheaded in some strange poses. This is Bordeaux, the city of Bordeaux. I've been there on a weekend with my son and we had so many things to watch that you have to make a choice. And this is just a part of the cathedral, just the top of it here and there. This is the city hall, actually. Some random strange bike in the street. And we were having a drink on a terrace and I just drew the chairs next to me. It makes fun memories. This is just food we had during the weekend with the name of the red wine. And yeah, I would like to add color because this is a strawberry and it doesn't really show, it's just black and white. But this is the style of this sketchbook, so I keep it as it is. Another museum. In this one I went with a double line for the outline and I think it adds a lot of character to the page. I like that, so I was drawing that inside of the museum. So my lines are really wonky. That's okay. Still the museum, a cemetery. I must confess I love visiting cemeteries. And this is at a friend's house. And she has a lot of cats and yeah, a wonky lamp too. Her slippers. Well, just memories. And that's it for this one. So it's pretty cheap. Sketchbook, it's €2.50. It's pretty quick to fill. It's very rewarding because you have filled it in, I don't know, this one took me maybe 2 months to fill because it was just when I was visiting some places. I don't draw daily in this kind of sketchbooks, only when I'm away from home. So I hope this will give you the urge to grab a small sketchbook, a cute one, put it in your handbag with just a pen and have fun with it. Let me know. And this is exactly the kind of thing I will teach in my art retreat that I host next year in France. I will be showing you how to make your French travel sketchbook, and there will be a page or 2 or more with thumbnails, because this is a never-ending fun. You have all the information in the description below. See you there!